fighting? Well, the answer is the reason why Wing Chun Quan is such an effective martial science is because of the emphasis of not only form, but function. You see, Wing Chun Quan almost immediately teaches its practitioners to touch, to connect, through the method called Chi Sao, or sticky hands. Tai Chi also has a method. It's taught later, but it should be taught right when the form is taught, and that is Tui Xiao, or push hands. The push hands method, also includes Da Xiao, which is striking. The ward off, roll back, press, push, split, and grasp, or pluck. These 6 gates should also be taught alongside the 7 stars, which is the last 2 parts of the gates, which would be the elbow and the shoulder, and then the head, the hand, the hip, the knee, and the feet. When taught together, even if one does not wish to learn Western boxing, you still have the single whip to use. Both sides can act as a jab and a cross, but a trapping motion at the same time. And you also have the brush knee. You also have the monkey palm, where you're actually stepping back and performing repulse monkey. And you also have the strike, the palm and the strike with the fist. You also have leg stomps. You even have knees, but very rarely do you ever see this used. When teaching, you must emphasize this, but more than that, you must emphasize movement. You see, Taiji Quan was not meant to step in one place or to stay in one place. Taiji Quan was meant to move, not just for health reasons, but for the practical reasons of dealing with one or more adversaries. Plus, neutralization always requires movement. If not, it invites force on force, and Tai Chi is nothing about force on force. Tai Chi is about following, linking, adhering, sticking, never resisting, and never releasing. It's about the application of the ward off, the roll back, the press, the push, the split, and the grasping pluck, the elbow, the shoulder, the head, the hand, the hip, the knee, the foot, and moving forward, backwards, left and right, to include using the I Ching. Yes, Tai Chi is the most beautiful martial science, and when one teaches form, one should also teach connection through push hands.
This is my son Dante. He's filmed a lot of stuff on what they've been filming today. Hi everybody in Estonia. Hi everybody in UK. Everyone in the States, in Canada, Australia, and so those 2 that are in Africa and in China. Temple Underground Radio, I'm the CEO of that, and Temple Underground magazine. I made a video today reference to silk drilling and coordination of body combination using the ball on the wall, the wave ball on the wall, to be able to feel that connection and to do push hands without a person. Now, it's important for us to see and do those things together with my son. So here we go. We're working.
The idea that one must stand in one place and perform the 6 gates is absolutely crazy. Yes, if one doesn't have any type of foundation to learn to apply movement with these motions, yeah, there will be a problem. But you definitely are not supposed to actually practice this with standing in one place or in a static way. It just makes absolutely no sense for the practical application of it in combat or in health to maximize the preventive health methods that come with Tai Chi. Though there are many things you can do in a static position, especially in Qigong. When it moves to the Tai Chi realm, motion is important. Please note that the ward-off in this particular motion by my son and myself are done with an active foot. The rollback is done with an active foot. To include boxing, you'll see me actually block with the left and the right, moving to the opposite direction of the block, and then doing a rollback through the cross blocking when I change one hand up down and one hand up low. And this is important as I move through each one. It's important to teach it and for him to feel it, and for me to feel what it's like to have a light touch with control solely through the skill and not through my superior size or strength or knowledge. This is extremely important when watching or even teaching Tui Xiao in Taiji Quan. When we try to understand the idea of the spiral, what are we talking about? Some people believe that we're talking about an internal movement where one feels the power radiating from the lower dantian throughout the rest of the body. Some people believe that that power comes from the feet and from the ground, okay, and is not really seen. Some people believe that you can do it and only should do it with the foot static. Some people believe that the foot should be active. I believe you should be using all of this. But in the full expression of great extremes long boxing, it is one continuous motion. Everything continuously moves. The spiral is how one transitions from one posture to the next posture. And as a spiral looks, so a spiral does. It may start off in large, big movements and then become smaller and smaller until it radiates outward and then narrows down into a singular point, which might end up being a strike. So the beginnings might be the grappling of the 6 gates, but the end might be the striking of the 7 stars. If we just use the arms and not the elbows or the shoulder, if we just use the arms and the foot movement in the hands, we have the single whip done with the lead foot forward and a palm, or the rear foot forward and a palm. We have the fan through. We have the repulse monkey, and we have the fighting tiger strikes and traps, and we also have the brush knee. Then, of course, if you want to use even more strikes, we have needle at the bottom of the C. So these are just an example of a few strikes, open hand strikes, okay, that you could use when trying to actually use the 6 gates. But remember, you have to train this. You just can't come out and believe that you're going to actually be able to use those competently without an active foot practice and an integration, first perfection of the 6 gates, and then a solid and honest and sincere integration of the 7 stars. And if you can't get to the 7 stars, at least a mastery of the adaptation and use of the single whip, the fan through, the brush knee, the repulse monkey. At least those 4 need to be used on left side and right side with foot movement. And don't forget, we also have the trapping, the under trap, or the sealing of the elbow with fist on top. All right. Not to mention, we also have the tiger, embracing the mountain, which is a double strike or a dragon strike. Okay, 2 hands striking only at the chest, or in the Wu style, striking at the temples. Either way, it is very important to understand exactly how the spiral works with regard to striking and with regard to grappling. When we use the 6 gate, the spiral is used to neutralize energy. Once the energy narrows down, it narrows down to a point, a fixation, and an emphasis on a strike. This must be taught with an active foot. And you must move forward, back, left, right, up, down, round, and round. The spiral is an active part of everything that we do in Taiji Quan. We must never forget this, and we must teach it to our youth.
The only things remain are who you were and all you know. That's right. Coming straight from the bottom way
What is Great Extreme Zone Boxing? It is a connection. It is the use of the spiral. It is an active foot. It is an integration of the grappling aspects of the 6 gates and the striking aspects of the 7 stars. All in all, though, it is a lesson in moving meditation, where the stillness is found of the mind. It's reaching for the center of modal behavior, thinking, feeling, and doing.